Hello there, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by for your monthly tarot insights for the month of August. I want to run through a few things really quick just before we get started. First of all, anytime you come to see a general reading, what you should expect is that this reading, not every little bit of it is going to apply to you in just exactly the way that it comes through. Some of it may not apply to you at all. Because it is a general reading, and so I'm going to be picking up on a lot of different energies for each sign. So there's going to be different stories coming to me, kind of getting mixed up and jumbled, and hopefully making a lot of sense to you, but you should not expect that it's going to be exactly right on just for you, okay? Next thing that you need to know. What I'm looking at for these readings is a particular life cycle that you're going to be going through during the month of August. And so life cycles, I've seen them last as long as 20 minutes. I've seen them last as long as several years. Life cycles, really, their length depends on your willingness to embrace the lesson or experience and move forward with it, or your resistance to that lesson or experience and moving forward with it. So it really all depends on you. When I'm looking at the life cycle, I'm going to be looking at some information that kind of sets you up to have the lesson or experience. We'll look at the lesson or the experience itself, and then we will look at the fulfillment or ultimate fulfillment of the life cycle, and that comes up as a result of integrating the lesson or experience into your life. Okay, so that's what we're looking at for you guys for August. Thank you everybody for being here. Let's jump into your readings. Hello Aries, let's get started with your reading. Let's see, the first card that we have coming up today talks to me about your environment. What you should know about environment is that it is any place that you have energy or effort invested. Normally I see it come up as home, but I've also seen it come up as school or as work. What's coming up about your environment is that it is a really frustrating place for you right now. It feels like it's really hard to make things go forward in that environment for you. For a lot of you Aries, that means that either the environment is not as supportive of you and what you want to do as you would like it to be, or for some others of you, there are just some things that you want to do with the environment, some changes you would like to make or some updates you would like to make, and you're finding yourself really frustrated in trying to accomplish that. The next thing that I'm looking at does talk to me about your subconscious leanings, Aries. And so what I'm seeing as we're looking at this particular life cycle is you are really, your subconscious mind is really working on how can we get some good news in about finances, about money, about material goods. How can we make things better for ourselves in the material world? That's the first thing that's coming up as a subconscious leaning. Now, as far as learning and communication skills or styles, as you're going through this particular life cycle, we've got things going on here. Learning. For your learning, right now I feel like you've kind of laid down on the job. You feel like, you know what, I know everything I want to know here. I really don't want to know anything else. It's probably better if I don't know anything else. That's what's coming across here. As far as communication style, kind of the same thing. Very quiet, not saying anything. Trying to not observe anything and trying not to talk about anything. Pretty interesting coming up there. I wonder what you're involved in, whether you want to be or whether you don't. Next thing that we have coming up does talk to me about work for you. This can be how you make a living or how you pass your days, the things that you do to bring yourself fulfillment, whether it's financial or otherwise. And then this is also going to talk about that inner work that you're doing to improve your own character, your own self. So what I see about work is that right now, work, very much like your environment, is not a very satisfying place right now. It's not making you feel very fulfilled. In fact, you're pretty unhappy there for most of you Aries. And then as far as what you're doing as far as internal work on yourself, I do see that you are also really realizing that, you know, there's a lot of your life that you're not very happy with. And so you're starting to look at, what can I do about that? What can I do about being happy? Is there anything I can do about being happy, or are we just doomed to all be unhappy? What can I do about being happy? That's what I see as being your inner work right now, trying to figure out, is there anything you can do? And if so, what would that be? Now, interestingly enough, that area that you're growing or expanding in right now is pretty cool, considering what we just saw. You are growing and expanding in doing the things that bring you happiness, doing the things that bring you fulfillment, doing those things that not only support you, but by doing them, you're supporting other people around you because they are benefiting from you feeling good about what you're doing and about yourself. So this tells me that you are finding more and more ways to do things that make you happy in your life, whether that's work or recreation or whatever. Doesn't matter. You're just finding more space in your life you can fill with happiness making stuff. All right, so what you're standing for. Interestingly enough, I feel like you are getting stronger in your own self-esteem lately, and you are really standing for that. I think if somebody would come against you in a way that would bring your self-esteem down, I think you're noticing those types of behaviors and words much more quickly than you used to, and you're realizing them for what they actually are, and so you're responding to them appropriately. In other words, you're taking those things with a grain of salt and you're moving on. So you're defending your own self-esteem. How other people see you right now as you go through this life cycle, they do see you as making a decision. And this is going to be probably a decision between two different people or between two different organizations of people. Maybe between two different things that you love, but mostly I'm seeing this as people or organizations. So this could manifest in a way where you have a job offer and you have to decide, do I want to stay where I am or do I want to take this new offer? Or if you're not working, you could get two job offers at the same time. This can also be a decision about maybe you have a friend that is maybe you're mutual friends with two different people who are not getting along so much anymore, and they're kind of wanting you to pick sides. You have to choose in that situation. Let's see, all kinds of ways that this can come out, but basically this is some kind of choice that you have to make, and I would say for most of you it's going to be between two people or between two organizations, or possibly more than two, but for most of you it's just going to involve two options. Now, lesson or experience as you go through this particular life cycle looks to me like you've been taken advantage of for a while, Aries, and you are tired of that. Now you are ready to be compensated fairly for whatever it is that you're doing, whether this is relationship-wise, where you're expecting the other person to put in as much energy as you've been putting into the relationship, or whether it's work-wise, where you're expecting to be paid fairly for what you actually do. You're turning any situation where you've been being taken advantage of upside down so that you're not being taken advantage of anymore in that way. Now, as we get into fulfillment of this life cycle, we've got a few things going on. First of all, I do see you, Aries, as setting up some boundaries with somebody in your life. Somebody, this could be with an employer, this could be with somebody you have an intimate relationship with. This can be with a family member or a friend, but you're setting up some kind of boundaries. You're telling them, you know what, I can do this and this and this, but there's so many hours in the day and I'm not Wonder Woman or I'm not Superman. And so beyond that, you're going to have somebody else doing, because I just can't do all of that. So setting up some kind of boundaries. The next thing that I have coming up is that whatever you freed yourself from being taken advantage from, when you did that, you started to have more clarity about the things that are going on in your life. And when you brought in that extra bit of clarity, there was some kind of situation that you were feeling kind of stuck in, like you didn't know how to move out of. That has also turned around. That's something where you are understanding now how you can move out of that situation, how you can move forward with it in a productive type of way. I feel like this has a lot to do with setting up those boundaries. That may be the actual action that you're taking and realizing that you can move forward. And then ultimate fulfillment of this life cycle, I do see you spending some time on your own, really taking some time to understand yourself. So if this is a relationship life cycle, then this would be something where you're just pulling away to have that time to understand yourself. If this is something that has to do with employment or job, this could be travel, where you're traveling alone for work, or this could be just pulling away, maybe even going on vacation or taking some down days just to kind of figure out, okay, what am I going to do about work? What am I going to do about the happiness factor there? So anyway, there's some kind of pulling away, and that pulling away has to do with really understanding yourself and the role that you play in whatever situation we're talking about here, where you used to be taken advantage of and where you're turning that around in the month of August. So that's what I have for your tarot insights for your particular life cycle in August, Aries. Thank you everybody for stopping by, for hanging out, liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and supporting me every other wonderful way that you all do. Everyone have a fantastic month, and I'll see you back here the next time. Peace out. Hello everybody, this is Amista, and I am coming to you today with something completely different than what you've ever seen here before, completely different than what I ever thought I would do. I have been taking Reiki training, and I've gotten level 1 and I've gotten level 2, and I really want to take master training because already I've realized that there are other people out there who need to know how to be um, able to do Reiki for themselves. And I'm not qualified to show them that or to teach them that or to pass that on to them or empower them with that until I become a Reiki master. And so I was looking into a Reiki master program, and I meet all the qualifications as far as that goes. I've been accepted into the master program. But the last little bit of money is what I need some help with, and I'm hoping that you guys will help me with that. I need to raise another $3,000 to get myself into the program, and so that's where you guys come in. Um, what I'm doing is I am accepting very happily and very thankfully and very gratefully any donations that you may feel like you would want to give. If you don't want to, obviously, then don't. um, but if you do feel like you want to help me to get into this Reiki Master Apprenticeship Program, any help that any of you and all of you send is great. No donation is too small. I just ask that they're over like 35 cents because I think PayPal will take 35 cents of whatever comes in as a fee for collecting payment. But anything other than over 35 cents is no donation is too small. So there's the corrected version of that. And actually, I was looking I have over 7,000 subscribers. If every subscriber donated $1, I would be able to end this request. But so if you would like to donate, I would be extremely thankful. I would appreciate that a lot. Also, I want to do something for you in exchange for donating. So anybody who would donate at all, I would like to offer you 15 minutes of free Reiki distant healing. In other words, I would send you some healing energy where you would not have to come to my house, or we would not have to meet in person, just like I do a lot of my readings by Skype or by phone. I can also send the healing energy without having to be right in front of you. We don't even have to be on the phone or on Skype when I do it, although I will want to touch base with you ahead of time to find out where you would like me to target that energy. If you have any particular thing you want to have worked on energetically, and also to touch base after it's done just to let you know that I have sent the energy in to check in with you, see how you're feeling, that type of thing. Anybody who donates anything more than $50, what I would like to do is send you some Reiki energy. I would send you the same amount of minutes of Reiki energy as you send dollars. So say you donate $50, then I would send you 50 minutes of Reiki energy. Anybody who wants to donate and doesn't want to receive Reiki but knows somebody else that they would like to have the Reiki sent to, feel free to let me know that, and you can gift that Reiki to somebody else, and I will just touch base with them, make sure I have permission to send them that energy, and talk to them about where they would like it targeted and all of that, just like I would if I was sending that to you. So that is what I've got going on, and I really appreciate like I said, all of the help any of you can send. I know not everybody can send, not everybody will want to send help, but I am hoping that there will be enough to get me into this quickly. Otherwise, I would probably have to wait, I don't know, 6 months, a year before I had this kind of money to get myself into there. And I don't want to wait that long. I want to be able to empower people more quickly than that. So what I'm doing is I am in the description section underneath the video. I'm going to send you a link where you can donate, and you can choose whatever amount you want to donate. And I will probably also have that showing in the video as well. So thank you everybody for listening and for giving this some thought, some prayer, some attention. And thank you everybody who actually does donate as well. I appreciate it all. Thank you so much. Peace.